Chatter, the voice in our head, why it matters, and how to harness it. So what is the voice in our head? Where does it come from? Let's lay some ground rules there about the voice in our head.
So the voice in our head it's our ability to use language silently, right? So if I asked you to just say, I'm going to give you a sentence to say, and I want you to repeat it in your head, okay? The Giants are the greatest team of all time.
I knew you were going to do that. I can't do it. I just can't. I can't digest that one.
I'm screaming it in my head right now.
I keep throwing it back out at you. I can't digest that.
Can you imagine the response when I go give a talk at Ohio State?
Oh,
go blue.
They boo you out of that place for sure.
Not good. So, we can all do, if you've got like a mind, if you could talk out loud, you could talk to yourself basically. And we do that. And the thing that I think is not on everyone's radar is like, this is a real superpower that lets us do many different things. Like it lets us do things like remind ourselves of what's on our to-do list or grocery list. You go to the grocery store. What do I got to get? Cheese sticks, eggs, milk. That's your inner voice. But then our inner voice lets us do other things too, like plan and simulate for the future. So before I have a big presentation, I'll go over what I'm going to say in my head.
Right.
Or people often report before a date, they'll often rehearse what they're going to say to the person. Our inner voice lets us coach ourselves. And we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm sure. Come on, man, you could do it, which can be really, really useful in particular in the context of sports and performance, right? This ability to actually motivate ourselves.
Yes.
Like we're talking to ourselves, like we're our own coach. And then the other thing our inner voice lets us do is it lets us tell stories about our life that give shape to who we are. Like things happen. You lose the big game. You choke. I'm not pointing at either of you, by the way. I'm talking about people in general.
Right.
But life is filled with adversity. And when that happens, we've got to make sense of it. And the inner voice helps us do it, right? We figure out these, I missed the shot and there's no explanation, but I know I'm going to practice hard and do better next time. Like that's one story someone could tell themselves. Another story is you missed a shot. You bleeping suck.
Yes.
You're no good. You're a total. You're useless. And you could see that's another narrative. And those stories we tell ourselves are powerful. They could put us on totally different trajectories. And so that's a good segue into the dark side of the inner voice, which is what really the book is about. I think of chatter as when this inner voice that we have really, it gangs up and against us. We try to use our voice to solve problems, but we end up worrying and stressing over things repeatedly in ways that make life miserable, in ways that make it really hard for us to do our jobs, to perform at a high level, and in ways that impact our health. And the good news is that there are tons of things, science-based tools people can use to harness that inner voice and make it work for them rather than against them. That's what I study. That's what the book's about.